change my glasses. But that's easy peasy. Oh, we're live. Look, we have a picture.
Yay.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
Okay. Why are you apologizing?
I don't know. I watch the... There's nobody here yet, so I usually watch the chat and all the things. And
Let me see.
I tried a really bright orange ink today called Apache Sunset.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I didn't realize how... I thought, oh, this will be a nice one to try next to the brown tones, and it's very orange. Joshua's here. Mushroom Girl. Oh, no. Mushroom Girl just lost her bunny.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry about that. Soroj is here. Bethany has arrived into the chat.
Hey, Bethany.
Emu says, hey. In need of cheesy pizzas says, heyo. I feel that. Letter Lady Z says, good morning from Utah.
Good morning.
How are we, friends? How are we this morning? I am just going to give you a little quick heads up. We are having our dryer vent cleaned out today. We tried to do it ourselves. That was no good. So we are going to... Donna's going to have to pop out for a couple minutes. So it's going to be a fun morning. Here and there and everywhere today. And it's Watercolor Wednesday, Gail. The guild print looks great. I look forward to filling out the coloring page, she says.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you for all of your support, Gail.
We love you, Gail.
All right, so I needed to come up with something, and so I decided we're drawing Inigo Montoya.
There you go. You killed my father.
So,
Prepare to die.
yeah.
Oh, tea of the day. I'm still stuck on the Harrods tea. So that is where we are. No apologies, no regrets, only deliciousness. That's all. So.
Okay, so I've got the pencils laid out. I am
do.
going to get my zebra brush pen, and we're going to ink.
Ooh, zebra brush pen time. Ooh. Sounds awesome. We have a Jamie Brown with us this morning.
Hey,
How are
Jamie.
you, friend? I got to celebrate with Jamie Brown yesterday for her birthday. Love the stream title, very punny.
Thanks.
I'm so excited I get to participate in my first art hop this weekend. That's Dark Snowification.
Oh, that's great.
You're killing it. You sold a piece. Now you're doing an art hop. Look at you. Let's see. Captain is watching this because they just got out of school and they're waiting for the bus.
Oh, that's
Love
great.
from Liverpool.
Wow.
Wouldn't that be the hometown of the Beatles?
I'm sure they've never heard that before, but yes.
I mean, I'm asking
I
because...
know, no, yeah, you're right. You're right. I was
Okay.
just saying, it's like someone saying, oh, they're there.
Oh, there we are. Okay, everybody. You're on pause. Ask Scott a question. I don't know. I replaced a dryer last night. It was evil. I get that. Okay,
Yeah,
I gotta go. I'll be right back.
Dryers are evil.
Just talk about your process or your zebra brush pen.
And she's running upstairs. But this is not the first time I've drawn Inigo Montoya. It won't be the last time I've drawn. I will draw Inigo Montoya. But this one kind of feels almost a little more caricature-ish than normal. I don't know. But if anybody's just coming in and just hearing the complete silence, Donna had to run upstairs. We have a dryer person coming in to fix the dryer. She will be down in just a minute or two. So here is the photo reference. Is here. Darn it. How is it? There's the photo reference. And for those of you who are wondering why my voice sounds like this, it's because the microphone is from a webcam.
And this is the nice microphone that Donna is using, but this is the one I normally use. This is what you hear from the videos.
So that's why I sound like that. All right, let's start recording again. Actually, I will answer some questions.
Let's see what questions we got. Oh, here comes Donna.
Oh, for crying out loud, it's too quiet. Why are you not talking?
Because I heard you coming.
Were you talking before? Okay, don't lie to me, people. Was he
Honey,
talking before?
Is he?
He's fixing the dryer.
I thought the dryer was fine.
The vent. He's fixing the dryer vent.
He's outside?
No, honey, he's going to go up in the attic.
Okay.
Relax. I got it. Hey, Scott, do you have advice on comic art?
There's a great book, How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way. I would definitely recommend reading that.
Wow. Emu says this is way more calming not to be rude to lovely Donna. Well, I can go back upstairs with the dryer guy if you guys want to have a ASMR with Scott day. We can do that. That was not passive aggressive. That was just me going, if you'd rather have that, we can do that.
That was just normal aggressive.
I'm always aggressive. I'm Italian. That's what I do. Did you answer? Could you answer? I wasn't here. Pencil. What pencil are you using?
I'm not. I'm using a pen, but the pencil I used was a 4H pencil.
Okay, now 2 days ago we watched you use a number 2 pencil. Why did you choose this pencil today?
Because a 4H pencil is easier to erase than a number 2. I didn't erase for gouache. When you're doing gouache, you leave it on, and you're hoping that you could still see it underneath the gouache.
Okay. Good morning. And from India, you inspire me so much. I started up an art channel because of you.
Oh, fantastic.
Let's see. Good morning from Texas. I love watching you make art.
I love making art.
This is my first live on YouTube.
Oh, well, welcome. Sorry you're getting a day where Donna's in and out, but normally it's a little less chaotic.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I just bring the chaos.
You do.
Let's see. I'm going to save that question. Spring break allows me to watch this. Yay.
Oh, that's
What's your
great.
favorite ice cream flavor?
Chocolate.
Let's see. Have you inked with a calligraphy brush before, and do you want to do it in the future?
I think in high school we tried calligraphy brushes. Didn't really. I don't like the process of having to dip in ink. I want to just keep drawing. I hate having, like, even with painting, I hate working with small paintbrushes because they don't hold as much paint, and I have to keep going and getting more paint. So I just, if they made watercolors that I didn't have to keep dipping for more paint, I think I would really like that.
Sorry. When your son texts you, you answer.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right. Oh, Ace of Diamonds is sick home with the flu, but happy they can watch the live with you.
Oh, we're hoping you feel better soon.
Oh, I'm sorry. The flu is no fun.
No.
Let's see. Do you have a favorite art brand?
I like Winsor & Newton for my paints. I love the Be Creative watercolor sketch pad. The Zebra brush pen. I'm trying to think of anything else that is like a brand I really love. I think that's it for like, like I use Prismacolor colored pencils, but I did like the Karen Dosh. I just don't think I could afford them.
Let's see. Watching this during AP Bio review.
Ooh.
Fem Shapiro, do not get in trouble. Do not get in trouble. Let's see. My favorite fruit are strawberries. Thank you for asking. Jane says, my mom loves Inigo Montoya. Thank you so much for painting him. He's looking great so far.
Oh, thanks.
Favorite Princess Bride quote?
Ooh. That's so hard. I'm not a witch, I'm your wife, as you wish.
There's so many good ones.
Yeah.
It's so quotable. So quotable. I often use I'm not a witch, I'm your wife. I think I have for 30 years. What's the diameter of your pen? This one doesn't have that. This one's just the extra fine, isn't it? Does it have that on there?
It's all in Japanese.
Yeah.
If you look it up, it might have it in the description. It's a Zebra brush pen. Is the extra fine.
We pay about $2.65 for them on jetpens.com, but that's here in the United States. So, I cannot tell you what it would be in other countries. Oh, Cordy Duck just watched The Princess Bride, and Inigo is my favorite character.
Yeah, so good.
Balasa Chungus asks, is the tape on the brush pen to tell you the one that you're using so you don't grab another one?
Yeah. This is to let me know that this is the sharpest, newest one. I've got others that I'll use like for the hair and whatnot. But this one's pretty much already dull because I've been using it for other stuff.
Oh, Jamie's eating scones and drinking tea this morning. Wink, wink. Love you, friend. Let's see.
Here was a
Hello
comment. You
from
said you were saving till later. Do you want to give it to me now, or?
I can. Let me find it. It was back a ways. Hold on a second. Oh, I know. It was. They want to know how to draw. Like, they want tips on differentiating between children and adults when you draw. And I don't even know how you would go about answering that one. But
for me, the answer when it's how do you draw this, how do you draw that, is look at pictures of that thing. So I know that in general, child's eyes are bigger, their face is fuller, that kind of stuff. But really, you don't have to remember that stuff if you're using photo reference. You don't. You just need to look at the picture and go, okay, this is what I'm drawing. And I don't hold in my head how to draw cats, how to draw cars, how to draw houses, how to draw, children, and how to draw. I don't have that information in my head because I just look for the reference and I reference that. Now, I draw women differently than I draw men. I draw, there's some like little tips that I remember for myself, like, oh yeah, I remember when I was doing this worked especially well or whatnot. But for the most part, no, it's just drawing kids is really hard, and I hate doing it. Just to let you know, yeah. I've tried to draw my own kids when they were younger. I didn't like it.
I thought they were good.
Yeah, they were horrible. But the thing is that get good photo reference and copy it, trace it, do whatever you've got to do. That's my best advice.
Salty Little Sloth, what type of medium are you asking about? Are you asking about watercolor? Are you asking about gouache?
Gosh.
Because he likes different things for different mediums. Hello from Portugal. Do you have any tips on live sketching buildings?
Break it down into simple shapes first. Just boxes and triangles and whatnot. Just try to do that. That's the best thing. And then other than that, take a photograph. Snap a pic before you start because things change. Environments change, light changes, or sometimes it might get stormy and you've got to get up and go. And so you just want to
Or you get a lot
have
of
that
people.
reference. Yeah.
You always do that. Whenever we sit down anywhere, Scott always takes a picture
Yeah.
right when we sit down, and then he sketches, and that always seems to work well when it becomes too people-y or loud and we have to go.
Yeah.
Where did you get the sketch pad that you're using right now?
I think from Blick, though it might have been from.
Oh, it's an Arches.
Yeah, it might have been from Plaza Art. I'm not sure. One of those two.
Let's see. I've been using alcohol markers my whole journey, but it got stale. Watching your videos has inspired me to try other art mediums, especially watercolor, and I never liked them before.
Oh, great. Well, the paper makes a big difference.
What is your all-time favorite thing to draw?
Hair.
Oh boy, Joe, I wonder if you're still going to be here. I have art class in 4 minutes. We are making tunnel book drawings. Any idea on what I should create?
I've never heard of tunnel book drawings.
Tunnel book drawing. I don't even know. People put a lot of quotes in the chat. Let's see. Scott's favorite animal is a...
Cheetah.
There you go. I've never seen arches with a spiral binding. So cool.
Yeah. I've got a couple with spiral bindings. I've got a couple with, the glued edges. So the thing is I love the paper for the watercolors, but for the inks, it is really, really bumpy.
Let's see. Has Mandy Patinkin ever responded to one of your Inigo Montoya paintings?
No.
Favorite painting you've ever done?
For today, it's the Guild.
I'm trying to use the Loomis method currently, and I'm having trouble. Advice?
Don't do the Loomis method?
Can I become an illustrator with a major in painting and a minor in illustration? I'm starting art school in a few months.
Oh, absolutely. You could do whatever you want to. It's art. I was an illustration major, and I mean, you don't need a major or a minor kind of thing, but if that's what you're doing, I think that's fantastic. And back to the Loomis method person. I've never studied the Loomis method. I know a bunch of people who did. Nothing wrong with it. It's just I don't think art is like other fields where you need to study different methods and whatnot. I've never studied it. I've never read the Loomis books. It wasn't anything that they taught at my school, and it's not. But I mean, it's a good method. But I'm just saying, if you're having a hard time with it, then don't feel like it's going to in any way impact your art. Is essentially what I was saying. If it's not working for you, don't do it.
Ryan says, huzzah and good morning. How serendipitous. My wife is getting a Princess Bride themed tattoo today. It's her favorite movie.
Oh, that's great.
That's awesome. And Ryan also says that talking about drawing buildings, that's my jam. A little bit of perspective knowledge will help.
Yeah. Ryan's wonderful at buildings and whatnot.
Let's see. What is your favorite art medium?
I think this watercolors and inks. I think the reason why is because I feel like I could do both places and people and things with watercolors, and I not that I couldn't with gouache or markers or whatnot, but I just feel like this is definitely much more versatile.
Erica's here.
Hey, Erica.
Morning, friend. How do you capture likenesses so well? Give people some tips.
My biggest thing is if I'm doing something for a client, then I'm 100% tracing it. Every professional illustrator is told trace it. The client doesn't care whether you did it freehand or not. They just want the likeness to be right. So when I used to do Star Trek comics, when I used to do whatever else, other book covers and stuff like that, I traced it because that's what every artist does. You find good photo reference and you trace it. If for whatever reason like if you're just doodling like what I'm doing, it doesn't look like that. I don't know if you can see, but the eyes seem like they're a little bit off. I'm not going to get it right every time, but this is just for fun. If I was going to be showing this to Mandy Patinkin, I would 100% would have traced it and would have not spent only. I will be spending 90 minutes on this.
Yes. Hang on one second.
So. So that's what I would recommend. But practice is definitely key, and getting your proportions and just good photo reference. But don't be afraid of tracing. There's nothing wrong with tracing. It's just a tool that's used to help you out. Let's see. So much hair. I never liked Inigo Montoya's hair. It always looked like a bad wig. Let me just get a couple more of this on this side. And I can do, this is the thing I was worried about, which is why I started drawing this early, was like I don't want to spend the whole time on the inking because this is supposed to be about watercolors. What was it?
Oh, bird's nest.
Bird's nest? Okay.
Oh, yeah, bird's nest. He's going to install a filter over the outside of it, like a little barricade.
Yeah.
So they don't get in there anymore.
I thought that was done before, too.
No, it was still open because of the flaps. It just has the flap.
Okay.
But apparently they like to get in through the flap anyway, so. And there you go. Everybody got another little bit of quiet today. Oh, I feel left out. I've never seen Princess Bride. Oh, you have a treat in front of you if you'd like to watch it. It is a lovely and hysterically funny film that It's
a sweet film.
Yeah.
It's my favorite film.
Yeah.
It's if you're a cynical person, don't watch the movie. It's just a cute,
Feel good.
feel good fantasy kind of thing.
Yeah, it's really sweet. Oh, how funny. Chloe Dove says, my mom and sister just went to a costume party and my mom went as the Dread Pirate Roberts.
Oh, that's great.
Also, hi, first time here. Oh, Chloe, you have found your people. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. Let's see. If you were in a video game, what would your idle animations be?
Oh, my idle animations.
Is that where you're just standing still and you're not doing anything?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I would say probably sitting and drawing, maybe. That would be the most obvious thing.
Mine would be drinking tea or eating something.
Yeah.
Let's see. What is the hardest thing for you to draw?
Hands and feet. And I had to do a lot of those on the guild.
How do you adapt photo reference to drawings like in the guild? Like, how do you adapt that and add your own touches to it?
Well, I mean, if you saw with the guild, I had really good photo reference that I purchased, and then what I did was I changed them. Look at the dwarf. Look at the dragonborn. Look at it's just you in those instances, like in this instance, the photo reference is God. It is like you copy it exactly. But in something like that, it's just a suggestion. It's just something for me to literally just reference. And I think a lot of that is just having some imagination of what you'd like to see and using the reference to kind of use that as a jumping off point.
Okay.
Obviously, this is not going to be a sharp pen anymore.
Not after you're done with it.
Yeah.
Why did you pick Inigo Montoya today?
Oh, I was looking at everybody from Taylor Swift to Billie Eilish to Aragorn I was just trying to find something that would be... I was looking for something with a lot of variations in the skin tone, and Inigo Montoya has quite a bit of skin variations. It's not, his skin isn't smooth, so I like that because I need to, if I'm going to be talking about watercolor, I want it to. I want to be able to show a bunch of different colors.
Okay, so Blue Uranium is new here on the channel.
Welcome.
And they are having some art block. And our mod friends, have posted the video to art block, the link.
Good. I hope that helps.
What else can you recommend? Since they're new to the channel.
There's also the Draw Everything Every Day playlist, and there's the 1 minute figure drawing playlist.
Those are good ideas as well. Hope that helps, Blue Uranium, and your English is just fine. Are you going to do a video on beards and mustaches?
I wasn't planning on it, no.
Well, I just shaved the other day, otherwise you could do mine, hon. Sorry. Okay, Ariel Nicole is looking for a good quality hardcover sketchbook with off-white paper 4x6 because I draw small. Any suggestions?
The Strathmore, hold on, I think I have one.
That is a highly specific request. But I like it that you know what you like.
I have this one with the tanned paper.
Oh yeah, is that the hardcover or is that the bendable?
And
you liked the squishy cover too.
This is 6 by 9, though. They might have a smaller one, but you could try that.
They probably do have a smaller one. They make so many sizes. Yeah. Just go to your local art store, and honestly, I'm telling you, they've got a sketchbook for everything. Let's see. Silly little fellow, there are so many videos on hair that you can check out.
The shorts.
Yeah, shorts. And I know Bethany posted a link to a video in there for you. There are just so many great videos on hair because that's Scott's favorite thing to draw. So have fun with it. Della Daisy says, I'm doing colored pencils for my most recent drawing. Any tips on how to reduce the pressure on your wrist? I have odd hands and pressure causes them to hurt a lot for the days after.
No. I mean, try the marker trick. That will help. Just maybe lay down a light thing and then go over it with the markers. But that's why I don't do colored pencils anymore. I was in a motorcycle accident and hurt my wrist, and if I was to still be doing it, my wrist would be just in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
Like I can do it once every while, but not the way I used to.
Yeah.
And it's colored pencils are way too expensive. They're not very, for lack of a better term, artsy. They're very literal. And for as good as I was at doing them, I'm happier that I don't do them anymore.
Let's see. Oh, Erica, you're getting your book today. Yay! You should do a little video, like a little unboxing video. Scott does not wear the clothes that he wears in his videos while he's drawing on lives in the morning.
There's a short about that. What do artists wear?
So here's your morning visual. There's no hat. He's got his glasses on. He's wearing a very faded Mach 5 t-shirt and sweatpants.
Speed Racer, yeah.
Oh, Speed Racer, sorry. Yeah. There you go. We are very boring.
Very boring.
Let's see. What's your favorite Harry Potter movie?
Oh, the one with Sirius Black. Was it The Prisoner of Azkaban?
Yeah, Prisoner of Azkaban.
That was my favorite book.
Spade Gray just got diagnosed with a weird version of epilepsy. Watching your lives really helps me relax and relieve stress. You really inspire me to keep my hobbies and interests even in the face of my health.
Oh, well, I'm glad you got diagnosed, and hopefully there's something you guys can do about that.
Yeah. But I am glad that you're here and that you get to relax while you're here. Did you finish your dock painting?
I did. What is that?
He's sucking everything out of the vent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I did, here.
And that's with the door mostly closed, believe it or not.
This is how it came out. I tried not to overwork it because I wanted to keep it around the 90-minute mark. But it's okay.
Really, your gouache looks so different than your watercolors.
Yeah.
Like you can see the paint strokes and everything else. Okay, good morning from the Pacific Northwest.
Good morning. How are we?
Do you want me to close the door? Are you okay? Is it too loud?
No, it's not loud. It's just it's a little distracting, but it's
I'm
fine.
sorry.
Okay, I think I'm going to stop here because I need to start painting.
You do indeed. It's 9:35. Yeah. Is there a meaning behind the word the guild?
No, the guild is like the Writers Guild or the Actors Guild. It is just it's a group of people, like an adventurers guild is the way I saw it.
Rose, my favorite brand of tea that I'm drinking right now this morning is the Harrods Knightsbridge blend. It's a very strong, plain black tea. And that is my favorite currently. I do also love the Berries Irish tea. They make a really, really good, strong, very strong tea.
All right, so you see how easily the pencil comes up
Yes,
with just a,
we can see that.
a needed eraser. I don't have to really erase very hard. Okay.
Okay, Bug Cried says, "Hi, it's my first time here. What do you do if you just don't want to paint anymore but feel like painting again, like permanent art block?"
Try a different medium. I took 10 years off from doing traditional work, and honestly, moving over to work in watercolors was the best thing I could have done. And then eventually I got bored of watercolors and went to gouache. And then I got bored of gouache and came back to watercolors. So, you don't, if you want to draw, but you just don't want to draw, chances are you're just tired of doing the same thing over and over and over again. Try a different medium.
I want to get a cheap set of watercolors. How many colors do you think I have to get? By the way, I'm an absolute beginner. That is Harshith Camo.
You don't have to get anything, but I use about 12 colors. You can see them on my website under resources, under art supplies that I use, or Scott's Art Supplies, I think it's called.
Yeah, Scott's Art Supplies.
And but there was do they still have? Does Grabby still have the 12 set?
You know what? I haven't looked at that in a while.
Okay, but also there is a little student pocket thing for $25 you can get from Winsor and Newton. Winsor and Newton's the brand I use. You don't need. It's not like markers where you need every variation and everything in between. Watercolors can blend, and so you don't need to worry about having a lot of colors. You can get away with a dozen colors. And the way that I have them is, this is gouache. Here we go.
I am not seeing it on
They look like this. And these cost about usually $6 to $8, but they'll last me a year easily of painting every day. Blow dryer.
Oh, no. Hold on. Oh, other microphone. Okay, go ahead. Lucas, thank you for the tip. That was very kind of you. Let's unmute you. Lucas sent you a tip.
Oh, thank you, Lucas.
Do you watch anime?
No, not anymore. I did when I was a kid. It was Speed Racer and Star Blazers and Robotech.
Steph Nerd says that she can see your set on the website, the Grabby set.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, Steph. I was not able to find it. I'm trying to do that on my phone really quickly while I'm doing all the rest of this. Thank you. All right. We did that one. Oh, Lion Rider says, "Hello, I've never made it to one of these before. I wanted to say thank you for how inclusive you approach art."
Oh, thank you.
Do you guys like Mamma Mia? Oh boy, howdy.
Donna does.
Well, okay. That being said, my kid did a play in high school, and so, yeah.
My kid did too.
I know, but you don't like anything they did. You are not as into that as I was. Is Arteza good for watercolors? I don't even know who makes that.
Arteza. I've never used the Arteza brand that I know of.
Have you ever tried to draw original characters without photo reference?
I have. I don't like the way my art looks without photo reference, which is why I use photo reference. There are so many amazing artists who can draw the most incredible things out of their head, and I think that is such a wonderful talent. It's just not one that I I can draw. I can literally draw anything out of my head. I just don't like it. That's real. So like I look at my art when I draw out of my head, and I look at my art when I use a photo reference. I go, I like that better. So I don't see a benefit to drawing out of my head if my work is better with a photo reference. I hope that explains that. Blow dryer.
Yeah, hold on. Let me go this way. Go ahead. Okay, everybody. Steph Nerd put the link into the Grabby set. If you guys want to check that one out as well. All right. Let's see.
Okay, I am now going to come in with some blue.
What sketchbook do you recommend for beginner artists? The sketchbook I have right now is breaking and doesn't have the best paper.
Really, for a sketchbook, you don't need a great sketchbook. Strathmore is usually a good sketchbook.
And pretty reasonably priced too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Canson makes a good sketchbook.
If you're in the States, you can find the Canson sketchbooks on sale at Michael's a lot. They'll have really good coupons for those. You can get like 50-75% off. And sign up for their e-coupons, and they'll come to your email. And you can get a really good discount on those.
All right, blow dryer.
Okay, one more click. Okay. Satria, Scott does not use fountain pens for ink at all. He does not like them, which is sad for him and good for me. Okay. I have never heard of that. Have I ever heard of the Asian readathon? I have not. Asian readathon. I haven't. I'm going to Google that. Let me write that down. I've never heard of that. Readathon. I finished a book last night, and I'm in the middle of 2 other ones. And I'm actually enjoying those. I am for my book club, which is this weekend. We're reading Killers of a Certain Age. It's really funny. It's about all these old ladies who are like, they were a group of assassins, and they're all retiring. It's really funny, and now somebody's trying to take them out. It's kind of funny. Yeah, it's really funny. We were supposed to come to book club with a list of who we would cast in all of the roles. And so my friend texted me yesterday, I hope you're thinking of your cast list. And I wrote back, I haven't thought of one person who I'd cast, but I keep thinking about how cool it would be to be one of these assassins.
I thought you were going to say that you were supposed to come to the book club with your list of hit people you took out.
Oh,
that sounds more like...
I don't need to make a list. That list is just ongoing in my head. Nino and Nino's sister are painting while they're watching the live.
Oh, that's great.
And Ellen says good morning.
Good morning, Ellen.
Any tips from your hands getting sweaty when coloring?
Turn the air conditioning up.
Have
I don't...
like a cloth or a towel or something.
Yeah,
with you?
something underneath.
You could just wipe your hands on.
You know, but I know if you watched the Guild, I always had a piece of tracing paper underneath my hand. Yeah. My hands don't get sweaty, but there is just oil on your hands naturally. So, you know, you can lay something down underneath. I don't know what to tell you to stop the sweating is essentially that I can't help you with.
Yeah. Hang on, I'm going to tell Steph so she can put the book title in. Okay. This is going to be a really random question, but is there a way to improve drawing whole faces, like not the individual features, but like proportions and making it look like the reference?
Tracing. Tracing. Every professional artist traces when they have to get the reference to look exactly like the person. Trace it. Blow dryer.
Hold on, let me mute you. Go ahead. Let's see. Just oh, theater kid, good for you. You know what? Your mom found you a journal. I think that's pretty darn cool. Okay, Theater Kid said, just started a new journal that my mom found for me at Ross for $3, and it's not great paper. I'm going to do landscapes and try to write a poem about them. I finally found what I'm good at.
Oh, that's great.
I hope it makes you very happy.
Blow dryer.
Oh boy, you are having a moment, aren't you? Scott cannot read the comments because he's drawing. So I'm reading the comments to him. Do you think the Caran d'Ache pencils are worth it?
If you can afford it, yes, they're amazing. But they're very expensive. Now, in other countries, they're not as expensive. But yeah, if you're able to get your hands on them, I would 100% do it.
They're smooth like butter.
Like butter.
Like butter. Have you tried any of the touch alcohol markers?
I don't think so. I don't think I've heard of them.
Yeah. Cookie says, I got so confused on seeing the title. I thought someone else was streaming on your account. LOL. You're funny. I know what Scott's going to say to this one, but I'll let him answer. Any tips for when you want to use watercolors but don't have watercolor paper?
Get watercolor paper. It makes such a difference. When I first started doing watercolor, I was working in Bristol paper, and I was just complaining at I don't like this watercolor. It's just not that great. It's not doing what I want it to do. And someone's like, yeah, you're not working in watercolor paper. You really need to have watercolor paper to get the full effect. Now, if you don't have it, then just work with something that is like a Bristol paper. But honestly, watercolor is very cheap. You can find cheap watercolor paper is still better than anything else.
Okay. We went there. Do you have any recommendations on brush tip liners that don't shred the nib on textured paper?
I like the zebra brush pen, but they don't shred the nib, but they definitely, you heard it kind of crackling and crinkling.
Yeah.
It didn't like the textured paper.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask Steph Nerd this question. She uses the Tombow Fudonisuke pens. Do those brush pens get shredded on textured paper, on watercolor paper? Because I know you do that. Maybe you can give us your 2 cents in that world. Because I know Steph uses those.
I'm gonna have a little bit of, I think he's got a little bit more red in his.
What is my favorite fountain pen? Oh boy, howdy. I was gifted from Gold Spot Pens a long time ago a Leonardo Memento Zero pen, and it is a 1.1 millimeter stub nib. I use it every single day when I'm doing my quote videos, and I'm obsessed with it. Like, I don't want to write with another pen. It makes me so ridiculously happy.
Blow dryer.
Yeah. So that is my all-time favorite. Right now, all of the paper he's using is the Arches cold press watercolor paper. Honey, I'm sorry, before I do that again, this is the Arches cold press, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there we go.
Did you unmute me?
I did,
Okay.
but I answered while you were blow drying, and I just want to make sure. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Sigma quote says, as an autistic kid, you're an inspiration to me. Sometimes I feel all alone. How do I keep going?
Oh, well, thank you. How do you keep going? Find something that makes you happy. Uh, you're. I feel alone all the time when I was younger. You feel like you're never gonna find somebody who gets you and whatnot. And yeah, I'm not gonna say, oh, you'll find. It's just you got to find happiness in yourself first. You can't look for other people to do that for you. So find that thing that makes you happy. For me, it was art. And
I wish I would have known that when I was in my teens.
yeah.
I really wish I would have known that. I have a small suggestion. If there's something that you really like to do, find your people. One of our boys really liked animals and worked at the zoo. One of our boys really loved theater and was a part of the drama club in school. And they each found their people that made them feel comfortable for who they were, not being somebody that they weren't. You don't need a million friends in the world. You just need a small group of people who get you. That's what you need. And that's how you don't feel alone. But that's what we would suggest. How would you feel if someone got one of your drawings tattooed?
I'd be honored.
Yeah. You've had that. You've had people want to use them for tattoos before.
Yeah.
I've heard Louise Penny is good. I have never read any of her books, but I've heard her stuff is good. Let's see. Yes, I have had chai. I actually had someone make it for me from scratch. They were from India and they made it traditionally, and it was very good. You are watching Scott layer skin tones right now. Do you have any specific questions on how he's...
Well, there's a video on it too, a short.
But they're watching you do it right now too.
Yeah.
So what do you do when you have a deadline or a live and you don't feel like painting?
Last Monday I just didn't go live.
Yep.
It happens. Sometimes you just don't have it in you,
Erica used the gouache from Michael's master illustrator and didn't like it, but tried the Arteza gouache and loved it. It has a better quality.
Oh, good. Yeah, everybody's going to like something different. That's why there's different brands and whatnot. Try different brands. If you don't like something, try a different brand. Try a different medium. Try different, stuff. What works for me might not necessarily work for you.
Let's see. Could you tell me how to get my portraits accurate? Because whenever I try, it does not look good at all. I want to make a portrait of my mother for her birthday.
Try tracing it. If you've been on the live for more than 10 minutes, you probably heard me already say that. But the thing is that, there's an unfortunate thing going around that tracing is bad. It is not. Every professional artist does it. It is a tool. That's all it is. It is not. There's no such thing as cheating or anything. Your art is no less your art if you trace it. Do that. It'll make your art better.
Okay, Tammy's got a good suggestion. I know it sounds weird, but if you're sweating, cornstarch is a good friend to have. My grandmother taught me that.
Interesting.
I love that. I love tips. You can only try it, and if it works for you, great. And if it doesn't, that's okay too. But I love the tips. Keep them coming. How do you work in layers, but how do they not lift up?
You see, or maybe I don't know if you did see, but I'm blow drying between each layer, so that way it's dried, and then I could come in with another layer after that without it lifting up.
Let's see. Any tips for drawing backgrounds like cities and volcanoes? I'm preparing to draw a Godzilla comic and I need to draw backgrounds.
Get photographs. Copy the photographs.
There are some beautiful ones of, like for volcanoes of like Mount St. Helens or Mount Fuji. There are some beautiful pictures of those. Any tips on getting better at using charcoal pencils?
Practice. I'm told that good what was it? Was it watercolor pencils or charcoal pencils?
Charcoals.
I'm told there's good charcoal paper will make a difference too. Like use the colored paper.
There's paper for everything, isn't there?
Yeah.
I still think that's so cool that you can go into an art store and everybody can come out with something different based on what they like to do and what they like to draw and what they like to, write, paint, whatever. There's something for everybody there. It's just so darn cool. Hey, Santa's here and says best wishes, everyone.
Hey, Santa.
How are you, Santa? This person says, hey Scott, I was wondering how you manage to like your art. I never get anywhere with my art because I hate everything I make. How do you move on?
That's a maturity thing that you have to work on. And a lot of that is learning to, you don't have to maybe like your art, but you can start to accept your art and accept that your art is an improvement on where it was yesterday. And that you're a part of a journey. It's kind of like I'm just kind of coming up with this idea as for an analogy as I'm going. But let's say you're in a race and it's 10 miles. I don't think you have to like that you're at mile 3 because you're not at mile 10, which is what the finish line is. But I think you should be proud of yourself for reaching mile 3. That in itself is an achievement. And so once you start looking at your art as a lifetime endeavor, and you go, here's where I was when I was 5. Here's where I was when I was 10. And you look like there's a video that I posted. Watch my art grow over 4 years. Look at once you start looking at it in the bigger picture, and you start seeing your art as part of a journey. I think you could start accepting that. Yeah, you're not where you want to be, but you're where you wanted to be 5 years ago. Like your art now is where you thought you could never be or where you were hoping you would be back then. And I think once you start seeing that, you'll never be happy. You'll never be satisfied because you're constantly looking at how much better or what more you can do. At least start looking at it as a, kind of a journey type of thing. And hopefully that'll help.
Jocelyn, I'm going to need to know if you're talking about his piece or I need you to know if you're talking about somebody else's art. So which one is it? Scott is not big on gel pens. I have 3 fountain pens right now in rotation and one that is broken because it's just stupid. And so that's what I've got. How often do you get art block?
Me? I would say every day for a little bit. Like this morning, I don't know what. But I'm I think the problem with people having art block is they're trying to make masterpieces. I need to make art instead of I just need to draw. I will just draw. I'll just draw a salt shaker or a car or whatever's in front of me. I don't care.
Slice of pizza.
Yeah, I'll just make art. And I think that's the problem is a lot of people who have art block are trying to make art, you know? Like when I did the Guild or when I did the Gothic Vampire or the Alliance, those were pieces that were my art pieces. Those were the ones where, okay, I finally got something that I want to do and I'm going to sit and I'm going to do that. But all of these other pieces, whether I'm doing this one of Doc or this, or it's just practice. You don't need to come up with something amazing to practice.
Anne Maria's here and
Hey, Anne-Marie.
sneaking in. How you doing, kiddo? Amy says the thing that makes you happy, and they call it brain sparkles.
Blow dryer.
I love that so much. Go ahead. I love that, Amy. That is fantastic. It's Momo. No one can tell you how to be happy. You have to find that inside yourself, kiddo. I'm coming. Hang on. Okay. This person. Okay. All right. I'll be right back. Ouch, ouch, ouch. I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Still trying to see if I can bring this eye back around. So I'm trying to add a little bit more. Trying to move this eye this way and this eye this way to try to bring them closer together. And adding the black back over it again is hopefully gonna make it a little, direct your eye towards it a little more. A little bit darker on the eyebrows. And let's put a little bit more underneath the nose. And then the mouth, his mouth is actually a little open, it seems. So I'm gonna really try to put that here.
Oh, it's so quiet when I leave. Okay.
Good?
Yes, we are so good. I can't wait to go and try the dryer. Yes, this is 54. You're excited about a dryer. Okay, guys, we've answered this already, but if you watch Scott, when he blow dries, the paint is dry, so he adds a layer on top of that. That's how come the paints don't lift up.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you're still muted. That's why.
So all this time I was talking.
Yep, you were muted because I went up. You were blow drying. Sorry, guys. Let's see. All right, let's see. Yeah, he was muted the whole time. Sorry about that. Do you have any advice for someone who's uninspired?
Look at other artists to get inspired.
Go to a museum.
Find people who inspire you. I like to follow cosplayers and photographers and that kind of stuff just inspires me.
Do you have a preference for morning or night when making art?
Morning.
Oh yeah, he's not a night owl anymore.
Yeah.
What is my favorite thing about journaling? I don't know. I just love to write. I'm really loving just, I don't know, putting thoughts on paper, writing the quotes on paper, and I love writing with a fountain pen. I love the wetness of the ink. I like how it dries on the paper. I don't know. There's nothing I don't like about it. Let's see. I don't know what's wrong with it. I took it apart, put it back together, and I don't know what's wrong with it. I wish I could tell you, but I don't know. Let's see. Have you ever tried landscapes?
Oh yeah, all the time. I do landscapes all the time. In my sketchbook. I don't do them for art. I do them for journaling.
Okay. It's Momo says you have really inspired me and got me through depression. Can you tell me how to be happy?
How to be happy? Yeah. That's a tough one because I'm still trying to figure out how to be happy. Definitely finding therapy will help. Finding a professional that you can talk to will help. I think finding something that makes you happy, whether it's making art or music or something like that, is good. But I think also just some perspective of being thankful for the things that you have, for the
Gratitude.
your health, your whatever. Yeah, some gratitude. But it's some of us go through, especially when we're younger. We call it teenage angst, and it's just trying to find your place in the world. Some of us go through clinical depression. I would not get your advice on how to be happy from random people on the internet, though. I would see if you can talk to either a school counselor or, if you can, a therapist. Definitely someone who's trained. You don't go to like a church counselor or something like that, or a family member or something. See if you can speak to someone who's a trained therapist. That's the best thing. Donna and I, we've done it, and
highly recommend therapy.
yeah, and they're not going to have answers for you, but they'll walk you through
how to find
it for yourself.
There is no person in the world that can make you happy if you don't have that happiness within yourself already.
Okay, so I'm looking at this orange, and I was like, I'm going to try a nice orange, and it just kind of made the whole piece feel a little too yellow for me, so now I'm going to go and change the background color.
Shock, everyone!
Yeah,
he's changing the background color
I'm just going to darken it up.
You're funny. Okay. Harshit, there are no dumb questions. Isn't watered down gouache and watercolor the same thing?
Essentially. Gouache has just more pigment to it, and different fillers, but yes, they're essentially the same thing. But I wouldn't try to use gouache in the same way that I use watercolor.
There is an app that's got uses as a projector, so you don't have to buy a projector. You can have an app on
There's
your
a free
phone.
app. You just need like a little tripod for your phone.
Yep. And the app is called?
Projector.
There you go. And it's free.
All right.
Let's see.
I'm gonna blow dry.
Okay, I'm gonna mute. And to the person who said, isn't it a waste of electricity for Scott to blow dry? Not where we are. It is not that different for him to use the blow dryer or not use the blow dryer. And if we didn't use the blow dryer, you'd be sitting here watching paint dry for an hour instead of actually having him paint. So that is why he uses the blow dryer. Let's see. I agree with Casper, Amy. Everything you make is art. If you make it and you want to call it art, call it art. Santa is doing well, behind on content, but looking forward to heading our direction next week.
Oh, that's great.
No grass has grown under your feet, friend. You have been so busy. Busy, busy, busy. Let's see.
Am I unmuted?
You are unmuted, yes. I always feel demotivated and angry because I can never draw anything without a reference, and I hate myself for that. Any tips?
Don't feel demotivated and angry. I feel the same way. I wish I could draw out of my head the same way that I can draw with photo reference, but that's just how I am. I always use photo reference, but there's nothing wrong with it. I would love to be like, if I could draw out of my head the way I wanted to, I would have been and I've done graphic novels, but that would be my full time. I would just be creating worlds and characters, and I would just be drawing all the time. If I could, like a Kim Jong-gi, if I could do something like that, absolutely. But I don't. But I still have talent. I still can paint. So I use photo reference. 99% of the artists in the world use reference. Michelangelo used reference. Leonardo da Vinci used reference. Monet, Van Gogh, they all used reference. They all had models and whatnot. So please don't kick yourself over it. You got to just work with what you have.
Let's see. What is your favorite thing to draw?
Hair.
J. Robert Deans. Donna muted Scott and left the room. Should we read too much into that? You should read whatever you want into that, my friend. 30 years of marriage. I mute you where you stand. Pans or tubes for watercolor, honey?
I like tubes.
What brush were you using?
I think it was the ones by, what is this?
I don't know.
Utrecht.
Okay. Do you still need to buy that tiny one?
It's not tiny, it's a 0. But
Zero
yeah.
would be tiny?
No, the 10 times 0 is the tiny.
Oh, good Lord. That's the one you can't even see the bristles. Let's see. People were shocked that you changed the background. Shocked. Let's see. I tried to blow dry my gouache, but it cracked and ruined my 6-hour painting. Is there any reason for that?
Maybe you got bad gouache? Gouache it and crack.
That doesn't make sense.
I mean, unless it was heaped so high that I don't know. That's really odd.
Is your paper quality stopping major warping? I find that even when I tape my pieces down, they still warp.
No, paper is going to warp. Look, I don't know if you guys can see this, but
We can.
can you see how warped that is?
Except you're blowing it out now with the light when you hit it like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, we can see it. It is
It
bending.
warps.
It's curling a little.
Yeah, it warps. That's just and that's totally fine. The guild, which is 600 GSM, and it was taped down, warped.
Yep.
Okay, it's paper, so just accept it. Just know that it's going to happen, and there's nothing bad about that. I was still able to scan it in and whatnot, but you're adding water to paper. It's going to warp. Now, if you want to try something that doesn't warp, try the aqua board. I used to work with that a lot, and
Just don't put
they
it in
have
the
it
mail.
for watercolor. It works really good. You can try that, and it's BORD. So it's aqua BORD. Try it.
Just be careful with it because if you drop it, it'll break.
Yeah.
And if you put it,
It
in
is-
the
it
mail,
is masonite,
it'll
yeah.
break.
It doesn't
be
ship
careful
as
with
well.
it. Yeah, it does not ship. No. Let's see. Is the app called Tracing Projector or just Projector?
It looks like, hold on, this, that one, projector.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think you're going to use pastels ever again.
All right, I think I'm going to call this done. It's just a test. It was just, like an example kind of thing.
The cracked gouache could be because it was a thick layer and there was water underneath.
Yeah, that could probably be it. Yeah.
Is 180 GSM enough for gouache?
For gouache, yeah, absolutely. Hot press, I would recommend.
Where are you going?
I'm going to get the...
He just pulled something off the wall, so hold on a second. Oh, here we
zoom
go.
out?
Can I zoom out? Yes, hold on a second. Let me find the app. And I zoomed. Yes, I zoomed out. Go ahead.
Okay, so I want you to see the difference between... Is there shine or anything, or is it okay?
Yeah, you got a little bit. Well, just because of the lamp, but you're okay now. Yeah.
So you see all the different colors, but this was done in 10 years ago. So same photo reference is basically what I wanted to show you guys. So you could see
Only
the
gouache
difference.
versus watercolor.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, professionals do use reference all the time. All the time. Yeah, masters use reference too. What can you do when you are feeling unmotivated for a really long time?
Go draw something, journal. Go draw something out in the wild, go journal. Try a different art medium, study the masters, do some figure drawing. That things like that. Stop trying to make a major piece of art. Stop trying to make art. This is just a sketch. This is just practice. I just found my favorite movie, stock pic, just found a picture and I copied it. It didn't take a lot of thought. It didn't take a lot of, creativity. I just copied a picture. That's all you need to do. When you don't have an idea of something special to paint, keep making art. Keep drawing the world around you. You just fill up sketchbooks just with whatever. But you don't, I think people feel that every time they pick up a pencil, they have to make the greatest piece of art ever. Yeah. Just draw a car, draw a tube of paint. Just keep drawing.
What is your favorite paper?
I like the Be Creative sketchbook, the watercolor sketchbook.
And are you ready for Autism Awareness Month?
I never know what to do for Autism Awareness Month, honestly. So I'm ready for it. Yes, but I don't have anything planned for it.
Yeah. Do you prefer hot press or cold press paper?
Depends on the medium I'm going to be putting on it. So if it's watercolor, it's hot press or cold press, and if it's gouache, it's going to be hot press.
Do you want to be done?
I think I am. Yeah.
Okay. It's 10:21, so it's
Yeah, that's not
completely up
bad.
to you. And I'm gonna go put ice on my back because I think I slept funny, and surprise, maybe make some more tea.
Yeah, and I will make the gouache because I'm a couple days behind.
Yeah.
I'll make the gouache video probably today. Post that, and then so look for that, and then maybe tomorrow I'll do the watercolor one, and we'll see. But I guess we will see you on Friday. I don't know what medium I'm going to do, so if you have suggestion as to what medium I should do, I've done now everything I know about markers and colored pencils. I got gouache and watercolors. What should I do for Friday? Leave it in the comment when the video posts.
When the live goes up, leave it in the
Yeah,
comments.
as soon as I'm done.
What's your favorite video that you have filmed?
My art is a mosaic is definitely, I think, the one that I think is really nice. There's a couple that I really like. Yeah. But that's the one that first comes to mind.
Is the projector app on iPhone or Android?
I think it would be both. I have an iPhone.
We have it on iPhone. All right, guys. We will see you on Friday. Thanks for being here.
Bye, everybody.
See you later.